Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Ana, where we share with you a lot of interesting and useful information from Benidorm town and Spain in general. And today it's time for the latest news update. We have a lot to talk about, so make sure you stay tuned. First of all, about the situation, you've definitely seen some updates in our community tab here, and I'm quite sure you've heard it in the news already, but just in case, Spain has eliminated from last Friday, so a couple of days ago, the all major restriction that we had left here in Spain for third country travelers and travelers from outside of European Union and Schengen zone. Basically what's happening right now is a couple of weeks ago we received the news that the contracts for all the medical control companies at the airports will not be automatically renewed, which meant that they just took their things and they went away, and they were not providing any kind of service or controls at the airport any longer. Which is why, apart of that, the health form from the Spanish government website was not necessary any longer. The QR code was not necessary either. Still, a lot of people obviously were afraid to travel because they knew that kind of legally you had to provide any kind of document. However, who's going to check it because there were no controls? People started to travel slightly more, and right now Spain has decided that obviously it doesn't make any sense to ask for any kind of certificate if there is no one checking on them, right? So officially, starting from last Friday, no checks, no documents are necessary. You can freely travel as you used to do before pandemic hit us, just obviously with your passport and all the necessary documents. But what is concerning the COVID and pandemics and all these certifications, vaccination and all this kind of stuff that we've had for more than 2 years present in our lives is not necessary any longer. So yay! Finally, this amazing news. We do still have one slight tiny part, which are masks in the public transport. This is the only thing that is still maintained obligatory, and in the hospitals as well. Pharmacies, they also depend on the pharmacy. Sometimes they are not as strict and they say, oh, it's fine, or they give you the mask if you're coming without any. Other pharmacies do say, oh no, you need to stick with this restriction. You cannot pass if you're not having a mask on you. So it really just depends where you go. It's better to have like a surgical mask with you if you can. If not, they'll just give you one. But apart from that, everything is good to go, and it's still an amazing time for traveling, which brings us to the second news today. And it's the British tourism. British tourism without children is flooding back to Benidorm. Obviously, you know that we had these couple of days when I think it was midterm holidays or something like this in UK, and there were a lot of families with children back again, so it was kind of strange. It felt like summer suddenly, but right now families with children have gone away once again, and right now it's basically all couples, all third age, or couples of any kind of age, but just without children at a school age as it is. So all those who can travel without children basically. And there are a lot of people coming. Even today in the morning I've seen buses that are full of tourists from early thing in the morning. There are queues to pick up their luggages from the bus recently arrived to Benidorm. It's just crazy to see how the situation has changed. And also a lot of you guys were telling me, and it's actually true, that the flight ticket prices have gone up by a huge chunk right now of money. If before you could find really cheap tickets to go here to Benidorm, especially right now in autumn/winter season, recently, once the government has spread the news, the airline companies have decided to benefit obviously from this situation, and they thought, well, if more people might be willing to travel, we better rise these prices up to get some more benefit. And this is basically what they've did, surprise. So right now prices are quite high to go to Alicante and in general to a lot of touristic areas in Spain. This is the bad part of it. However, the good thing is obviously for all the hotels, for all the touristic businesses, for all the bars and restaurants, cafeterias, all hosteleria in general, they will have a lot of work during this autumn/winter time, which is just great for the economy of our region and obviously for people to preserving their job positions. right now the average occupancy here in Benidorm is around 81.7, so basically 82%. The average occupancy. There are hotels that are still fully booked. There are those who are less booked, especially the more expensive ones. But obviously all of them are putting a lot of effort into it. They're launching a lot of new offers for winter, autumn season. They're launching a lot of long stay offers from 21 days, as I've mentioned to you in previous videos as well. And it just kind of feels like although the idea that we've had will be slightly different, the idea that hotels had will be slightly different. You know, they were afraid that it's going to be just empty. Right now, they're kind of positive about all the situation in winter, and we definitely feel like Benidorm will be quite busy even during winter months. The only ones that we have a little bit of doubt about are January and February, because these are the months when people have celebrated Christmas, New Year, Three Kings, you know, all the holidays, and these are the months when people have slightly tighter budget due to all recent spending. So maybe these months will be quiet, but all the rest should be fun, busy, and with a lot of things to do here in Benidorm, especially with the weather that we have right now, which by the way is waiting for you at the end of the video, all the weather forecast for the next upcoming weeks. Will these price increases for flights stop people from traveling? Let us know what you will do. I know a lot of subscribers are already looking for hotels. If you still don't know where would you like to go and which hotel you would like to stay, you can go to our hotels playlist and there check all the hotels official tours, by the way, that we did, with all the room tours included, the spa area, the gym, everything that the hotel has. We've showed you on these official hotel tours so that it will be easier for you to decide, because obviously one thing is to see it in a picture and the other thing is to have an official walking tour around the hotel to have a slightly better idea what you might expect from the hotel you will be or are planning to stay into. Let me know if you are planning your trip right now to Benidorm once you know all the restrictions are finally over. And the last news that I wanted to share with you all is something that a lot of you are asking me in the comments, and it's about the long-term rent right now in Spain and especially in Benidorm. A lot of you are even checking for a long-term rent and you say that the prices are really high. So I decided to make an official video information for you guys and let you know what is actually happening with the prices here in Benidorm. The rental prices in all the Alicante region and especially in Benidorm have went up basically by, have gone up, better to say, by around 18.6%. So almost 1/5 part they've gone up. And in Benidorm, obviously, the main issue is the increase of demand and the decrease in supply at the same time, more or less by 50%, by half basically, which is why right now it's extremely difficult and almost a mission impossible to find a good quality apartment for a reasonable amount of money, which is why a lot of people are struggling. And if you don't, unless you know someone, unless it's like your friend, relatives, unless you're really lucky to find the apartment, like be the first one to see the advertisement on the rental website, then you might catch it. But if not, you have to be extremely quick to get some of these apartments, and it might take you months and months to find something suitable for you guys. Also, Benidorm is one of these cities that has the most expensive long-term rentals in the whole Alicante region. So yeah, not a good news in this case. And on average, I know you all are wondering on average how much does the apartment cost for monthly rental. It all depends on what it has inside and on what common areas the building is actually offering you. But we have the average price, and 80 square meter apartment in Benidorm, like central, nice area, will cost you starting from 700 euros a month. But these ones are actually flying. It's like literally 1 hour after they're posted, someone has rented them already. And you could mostly find apartments for like 800, 850, 900 and more than that. Many good apartments are being rented for 1,000 euros monthly right now, plus that you need to pay for light, for water, for gas, and for a garbage takeout as well every 3 months. So It's a huge expense that not a lot of people are willing to make, and sometimes it's even more affordable to stay in a cheaper hotel or a part hotel than for this like longer period if you're coming just to spend some winter here, winter months, than just book an apartment, because it's extremely expensive. And everything is basically happening because for these apartment owners it's not profitable any longer, so they're rising the prices as well, to make it slightly more profitable for them to rent it to someone else instead of just keeping that apartment for themselves for when they decide to come to Benidorm once again for holidays. This is basically the situation today. So if you want to rent a long-term apartment, I would definitely recommend you to check all the official websites, to check all the companies, ask friends or family members that are living here in the area, maybe they know of someone. Check all the possible options and check it several times a day. Put all the alerts possible so that you would know when the new apartment will be going to the market, and call, visit, contact as soon as you see it, because they literally fly by. And now let's talk about the weather. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming to Benidorm in the next couple of days? The weather right now here in our area is just amazing. There are a lot of people just walking down the alley here in Altea. The weather forecast for the next following days is really positive looking, I must say. It kind of seems like the rain and the clouds went out quite fast, so it's not going to be raining. It will be just slightly cloudy during the next couple of days in here, and the rest of the days will be sunny back again. The temperatures are still quite summer-ish, I must say, in the whole Mediterranean area. For example, here today in near Benidorm, Albir, Altea, Calpe, we will have basically 28 degrees on the sunshine, which is just great news. Towards the weekend, the temperatures will get down just a tiny bit up until 25 to 26 degrees. Alicante today has 27, Barcelona 28, Granada 31, Malaga 26, Sevilla 25, Madrid 18, Murcia 30, Balearic Islands 27, Canarian 25 to 27, and Valencia 28 degrees today. The water temperature right now is of around 23.3. So if you are coming the next following days to Benidorm area, make sure to bring your swimwear and your sunglasses and sun hat, because it's still amazing weather here in Benidorm. Thank you for joining us on the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm area. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new interesting video from Benidorm. Don't miss that one. Bye.